Was she a seductress or a sovereign? Rome twisted her truth. What if everything you thought you knew about Cleopatra's intimate life was not truth, but a story carefully engineered by her enemies? What if desire was never her weakness, but a language of power that Rome could not control? In history, Cleopatra's seven philopators is often reduced to a single image, a woman who ruled through seduction. Yet this image did not come from Egypt. It came from Rome, and Rome had every reason to fear her. To understand Cleopatra, one must first understand ancient Egypt. Sexuality in Egypt was not hidden or shameful. It represented fertility, divine order, and the balance of the universe known as Ma'at. Kingship itself was tied to sexual symbolism. The ruler was not merely a political leader, but a divine intermediary between gods and humans. Cleopatra was educated in this tradition. She spoke multiple languages, understood theology, and mastered symbolism. Her personal relationships were never private indulgences. They were public statements of legitimacy and survival. The first man history remembers beside her is Julius Caesar. When Cleopatra met Caesar, she was a queen fighting for her throne against her own family. Egypt was fragile. Rome was watching. Caesar was not simply a lover. He was the most powerful man in the Mediterranean world. Their alliance secured her crown and stabilized Egypt's position. Scrolls unfurled. Stone carvings scraped softly. Roman writers later framed this relationship as scandalous desire, but in reality, it was a calculated political union. Cleopatra did not submit to Caesar's power. She negotiated with it, and for a time, she won. But history leaves a question unanswered. Did Caesar see Cleopatra as a lover, or as a living empire he could not fully control? The answer disappears with his assassination. Water flows gently. Harp and flute tones rise. After Caesar's death, Cleopatra faced a more dangerous challenge: Mark Antony. Roman sources describe excess, decadence, endless feasts, and uncontrollable passion. Yet these stories were written by Octavian, the man who would become Augustus, and who needed Cleopatra destroyed not only militarily, but morally. In Egypt, Antony and Cleopatra were presented not as lovers, but as divine counterparts. Cleopatra embodied Isis, goddess of fertility and sovereignty. Antony was associated with Osiris, god of renewal and power. Their union was mythological, ritualized, and political. Low strings swell. Whispering voices drift and fade. So which version is true? The Roman tale of lust and corruption, or the Egyptian vision of divine kingship? Perhaps neither. Or perhaps both were tools, used by different sides to shape perception. Cleopatra understood something Rome refused to accept. Sexuality is not merely physical. It is symbolic. It communicates authority, legitimacy, and control. Through ceremony, appearance, and myth, she projected power without armies. Jewelry moves softly. A temple echo lingers. This terrified Rome. Roman historians began to weaponize her femininity. They portrayed her as dangerous, manipulative, and immoral. Her intelligence became temptation. Her diplomacy became seduction. Her authority became scandal. Ink scratches across parchment. Distant thunder rolls. If Cleopatra had been a man, commanding alliances and shaping empires, would history have condemned her, or would it have praised her as brilliant? The war against Cleopatra was not just fought on the battlefield. It was fought in language, reputation, and memory. When Antony fell and Cleopatra died, Rome won more than a war. It won the story. The heartbeat returns, slower now. What survives is not certainty, but legend. A queen remembered not for her policies, her intellect, or her resistance to empire, but for a narrative crafted by those who defeated her. Wind moves through empty halls. Was Cleopatra's sexuality her downfall? Or was it the reason Rome feared her so deeply that it could not allow the truth to survive? A single chime echoes, then silence.